I want you to take today very serious. Now, there's something you don't understand. Today may not be like every other day. And you may look to your eyes as every other day, but in the spirit, it may not be like every other day. I always want you to understand when God is speaking to us. You know, the word of God has positive and it has negative. People are watching children going away. No wonder sometimes when you ask adults, what did the pastor say? They can't. But when you ask children, the children will say, I know what daddy said. Word of God. Jesus carried a message and he was getting prepared for a great sacrifice. Listen to me. God just gave me wisdom here. God said I should tell you, any sacrifices you offer when you are not yet known, you will never be recognized. That's something you don't understand. People offer sacrifices when they are ready, when they know who they are. You don't understand where I'm going. God does not accept sacrifices of people who don't know who they are and why they want to offer such a sacrifice. You know, there's a way you give somebody something, they're asking you for what? Huh? Even though if it's what he wants, he'll be asking you, is it for what? Take, is it for what? For what? He's looking at, he needs it, but he's looking at it. For what? For what? You want to give God a sacrifice, God is asking you for what? You know why he's asking you? Because you don't know the purpose of rendering that sacrifice. And you know why he's asking you? What do you have in your heart? Why you come to me to offer me this sacrifice? Are you saying that you should offer the sacrifice? Are you choosing? Maybe most of us don't understand the meaning of sacrifice. Sacrifices are something that will raise troubles and raise things that's supposed not to be to be. Sacrifice make things happen. Sacrifice can bring peace. Sacrifice can stop enemies' behavior. Sacrifices makes things that enemies think cannot be to be. Is somebody listening? A sacrifice brings greatness. It makes you a hero. Tell somebody, Jesus was my hero. Jesus is my hero.
Jesus is my hero.
Now, before offering sacrifice, you should ask yourself a question. Am I choosing to do that? Some people are not listening to me. Should I, as a prophet, you are directing your heart somewhere. Bring up to your heart. That's the problem. You see, I don't want Christians. Christians always, the word that bless them, they like not to hear it. Any word that bless a Christian, they don't like to hear it. But the thing is, whether you want to hear it or not, God is speaking to people who want to hear. If you want to hear, you will hear. And if you don't want to hear, you will not hear. And God is interested in people who hear. And people who hear are people that God will bless. Amen. That's why I say it has negative and positive. Something happened here. And that is what I want to teach you, why he went into Jerusalem. They don't want him there. Remember, there was a time his intention was to go to Jerusalem, but they did not allow him. Am I right? Yes. No. There was a time, pastors, are you here? Bear me witness. There was a time he wanted to go into Jerusalem, where he belonged to identify himself as the king of the Jews. But they didn't allow him, because he wanted to go there and show miracle that would recognize him. But they did not allow him, and he kept away. He kept away. He kept what? Away. He kept away. He kept away. Is that right? Yes. He kept away. Well, that is your business. But he kept away, and God, one day he decided, when the hour was approaching, he said, look, if I leave Jerusalem, which is my purpose, because it belonged to the kings, if I'm crucified without going to Jerusalem, people will not recognize me as a king. They won't know me as a king, and my death will be in vain. I have to, and the Bible says he forced himself out of his comfort zone. Hey, do you hear what God just told me? Where people don't want you to be, or where you don't want to be, that is where your destiny is. They don't hear that. Look at these people, they don't understand. Where you don't want to be, where people don't want you to be, that is where your destiny is. That's where the way is. That's where the life is. And the Bible says, then he decided, before my death, before this sacrifice, because if I offer a sacrifice that nobody recognizes, it will be in vain. I have to get out of my comfort zone. Now listen what God said. That's the problem of Christians today. We hate getting out of our comfort zone, because to move out of your comfort zone, there is fear. To move out of your comfort zone, there is risk. To move out of your comfort zone, there is pain. To move out of your comfort zone, you'll be left alone. People will call you enemy. Nobody's listening. People will call you what? Enemy. Anytime you want to move out of your comfort zone, you become people's enemy. You become a target. I don't hear you say amen to that. Amen. And anytime you want to move out of your comfort zone, you will have scarcity. And it will not be enough for you. But moving out of comfort zone, when you determine to look into your scarcity, you won't like to move. Every life of a man, every life of people began from scarcity. And those who succeed are those who do not care about scarcity. Those who want to use what they are lacking, that is not enough, to move out of where they're supposed to be to have enough. I don't think these people understand what I'm saying. I think I'm speaking to people who don't have knowledge. Should I repeat it again? People who succeed are people who use their scarcity, the little they have, without minding, without fearing, to move away where they're supposed to achieve what they want. Now listen, if Jesus has portrayed fear, he will not be called a King of Kings. Because, you know, they stop him not to come to Jerusalem. The devil knows. that when you come to Jerusalem, you'll be recognized. Do you know you can be a star, you can be anything, but if you are not get to a position, nobody will recognize you. You may have all the talent, you may have all the knowledge, but there must be a position you will be before you be known. But you don't need to backslide, because people are ready to stop you. They do not want him in Jerusalem, because from there his destiny will shine. I'm talking about Palm Sunday. Hey, my God I should say this to you all. What people do to you does not matter, but what you do to yourself. What matters a lot is what you do to yourself, not what people do to you. I'm telling you the truth. Palm Sunday. They don't want him. People doesn't want you. Do you know where you work? If you don't take time, people don't want you, and because of that you'll be frustrated and leave. And when you leave, that's when your promotion will come. The letter of promotion. Oh, they say he left, he resigned. And when you hear that, you regret, but it's too late. If you want to apply, you will apply as a new what? You will lose all the benefit. But Jesus doesn't want to lose his benefit. You know, that's where my message goes. I want you to understand something. But they don't want him, and they don't want his disciples. Even his disciple doesn't know his intention. Hey, anytime I'm talking, God give me a thing to say, I have to say it. Anytime you want to move out of your comfort zone, there's some certain things you need to hide from those that are below you. They don't hear me. When you want to move out of your comfort zone, there's some things you must not reveal. Don't reveal the purpose. Take people by surprise, and more especially when you say your birthright to people that are below you, they will give you out, and your destiny is over. But take people by surprise. Something happened to Jesus, and Jesus took the disciples, few of them, by surprise. That's what I want to show you. If you like, take it. If you don't like, don't take it. There will be a day you'll be saying, oh, I wish I would ask Daddy a question. Maybe Daddy is in Congo that time. What you can't learn now, sorry for you. Matthew 21. Now let's see.
Matthew 21.
Yes.
Now when they drew near Jerusalem.
Now what did he say? Where should come down?
Now when
then you will never be seen again for life. Amen. Your destiny is over. But suddenly they don't want to see him. That's a time to take authority, to make people leave you alone. That's time to take authority to prove to people that I'm higher than you. There's a time to take authority to let people know whether you like to see me or not, you must see me. It is written that you must see me. It is written that you must recognize me. Our problem is we take authority where we're supposed not to take authority. And Jesus was drawn near to Jerusalem, then he decided, though you have these disciples, but they are not matured yet. If Jesus have told them when they are still not close to Jerusalem, they may discourage him, or one of them may run to Jerusalem to favor Jesus. That my master is coming. Don't kill him. Oh. You know, sometimes that's the way people will love you to protect you, they kill you. Because they don't have understanding. Is that true? Yes. That's the way people will love you to protect you. They wouldn't know they're harming you. They're harming you. And that's exactly what Judas did. Judas do not have intention of betraying his master because he wanted to betray his master. He wanted to protect he wanted people to recognize his master, that he has power. He wants people to know that my master is the king they're talking about. When you are not matured, the devil will use you to expose the secret God does not want to be exposed yet. Oh, they don't hear me.
Yes, sir.
I repeat, when you are not matured, the devil will use you to expose the secret that God does not want to expose yet. Amen. And anytime the secret God does not want to expose yet being exposed by unmatured people, then that will be a destructive purpose. It will become a destructive purpose instead of being a positive purpose. And suddenly, he didn't tell them. He kept it within himself. Anytime you want to move out of the comfort zone to do something for God that nobody has ever done, don't let people know. What did I say? You may not understand. There was a great sacrifice that God told Abraham to offer, but he never told Sarah. What people cannot do makes you a friend of God. When you do what people cannot do, makes you people are always afraid to do something that will bring joy. Now listen, something that will bring joy can endanger your life. Nobody is hearing that. Yeah. Something that can change somebody's life can cause you fear and danger. Things that changes life will always be in the cause of risk. Risk is dangerous. If the guy that gave us electricity today was afraid, none of us would still be in dark. You know how many times he got shocked? He might have got shocked, went to hospital for months, but he didn't retire. When he recovered, he went back to it. When you withdraw because of fear, it affects our generation that will come before you. Today, look at what you're enjoying. There was a time when you want to travel to Africa or travel to Caribbean, it takes you 3 months. I'm talking about doing what people cannot. It takes 3 months by ship. But somebody sat down. He crashed many times. That was breaking bones. And yet, he decided to say people must fly. Now it takes hours instead of months. That's what I'm talking about. There was a time what people cannot do. Applicable physically, I'm talking about the spiritual aspect, but I want to talk about the physical too. Now I want to talk about information too. There was a time the telephone, when it ring, you need to take the rope. It's so long. And it might be when you are discussing something nice is when you will pull it off from the plug. Is that right? You pull it what? Off from the plug. And that time you use finger. Cram, 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 cram. And that's why sometimes your finger, you have pains in your finger. But somebody sat down. Because such telephone that time, it destroys economy. It destroys what? Economy, because if you are going for an interview, it will take you many days to know that you were called. And that time they can't drop message for you. A lot of people lost a lot of interviews, lot of business, though it's manageable. But somebody sat down and said, I think we are losing money. If I can do it, that anywhere you are in the world, you will get information you need that you can carry by your hand. Then he decided to form a mobile phone. And when mobile phone came, it was big like more than my Bible. Hello? Tell somebody, start from somewhere.
Start from somewhere.
Exactly. Life is, you must start from somewhere. Jesus started from somewhere. He never came out immediately and said, I am God. No, he started from somewhere. Our problem is we don't want to start from somewhere. And that time, if you want to telephone somebody, you will climb some hills or go on top of your building and then raise antenna. And then somebody decided to modernize it to be small but powerful. Small. Sometimes what you see may not be real. Sometimes we want big things, but the thing you want is in a smaller plate. The thing you want is but you must begin somewhere to get out of your comfort zone. God himself started from somewhere. I don't know. Anytime God is teaching us things, I don't know if we're taking it in to make use of them. We think we're failures. So whatever you're going through today is something that God has went through. Jesus went through it. Kings went through it, but they succeeded because they failed that they didn't allow people to intimidate them. They didn't allow people to shut them up. But remember, anytime you want to go such a journey, don't let people know. Your journey has something to do with your calling. And calling is you alone. When you share your calling without getting to the middle of the road, you know what will happen to you? You'll be stopped. Try to know this secret. You want to be a businessman, a woman, there's a time to reveal it. If you reveal it anyhow, you will be stopped. Is somebody listening? Yes. Many of us have stopped, people have stopped us by many ways because we reveal a secret when it's not yet time. That's the time Jesus showed the miracle and he told them, go tell no. Why is he hiding it for? Why was he hiding it for? Go tell no one until my time has come. This is exactly what he did when he was getting out of his comfort zone. He followed the footsteps of God. He followed the footsteps of Abraham. He followed the footsteps of great men of the Bible. Abraham became a friend of God because he failed to share the secret God told him with nobody. Take your only son, kill him. No woman would like to hear that your son wants to be killed. No friend would like to hear that. He will expose the secret. Hey, God said I should say this to you. Tell somebody, try things before you complain.
Try things before you complain.
Is that true?
Yep.
First of all, try things before you complain. But when you complain before you try things, already there is fear in you and there is a failure already in you. Even though you try it, it will not be possible. Now, what was the full story? Then Jesus was able to understand the scriptures. And he said, well, it's my calling to die, but I need to prove myself. I don't want to just die without getting to the place of the kings. I want to prove that I'm a king, even though I'm recognized or not, as long as I get to Jerusalem, the city of David. Today, many of you would like to go smoothly and start to borrow. It has no shoe, it has no clothes, no nothing. No transport. We should stop lying sometimes to achieve what we want. The Lord God said I should take your car to travel to Jerusalem. Which has already know what you tend to do. Already there's a failure along the line. The car from somebody has nothing to do with your destiny. So the car will fail you on the road.
Hallelujah.
They don't like me to hear that. When you attach what has nothing to do with your destiny, you will fail. Why did I borrow? Fear, lies. Don't include lies in your destiny, because it will harm you. No matter what you're going through, face it. There is time to borrow, there is time not to borrow. God said, tell them, I should teach you that I like to explain well. If you want to borrow, when you get to the middle, when you get to the middle of life, then you can ask for assistance. But you have not yet found your way and purpose. Don't borrow yet, because you failed. Joseph tried it. It would have been a failure. It took him to a long journey. Jacob stole somebody's blessing. That would have destroyed his destiny. It took him long journey. Instead of 7 years, it took him 21 years. Let's say your mission is 40 years. Remove 21 years from 40. Remember the age he was. Then you will not accomplish that mission. I tell you the truth, if you like. God, I should explain this to you, that you may exactly, when you want to do something, determine to do it and finish it. Determine to do it and finish it. That is what is important. Now somebody look at what he did.
And came to Bethphage came to Bethphage at the Mount of Olives. Then Jesus sent 2 disciples.
Now listen, not everybody. He never told the disciples exactly what you want to do with that donkey. He sent 2 of his disciples. Now, hello, you want to hear? Even though he didn't tell people anything, you can still use people who are royal to you. Huh? Mm-hmm. If you use anybody who is not royal to you, everything is yes, man. Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The moment you turn your back, they say, idiot. You want to use me. When people are not royal to you, they will bring you disappointment. When people are not royal to you, they will make sure you fail. When people are not royal to you, they will change their message to suit their own message. They will buy face. They become the king and you become the servant. Oh, these people don't understand. No, this is true. You are sending a servant to a king palace who is not royal to you. When he gets on the way, he will change his garment. As he was going, you have already stolen your crown. I'm talking parable, they don't understand. He has already stolen your crown. When he gets on the way, he branch somewhere, changes good put. When he gets there, say, look, I am the prince. He wants to know all the secrets what the king will tell him. Do you know sometimes it can send people are not ready to you to a message. They go there and interview the people you send them to. He that has an ear. I think we are not smart spiritually. This is true. When people are not royal, they betray you. Jesus has 12 disciples. He loved all of them. But all of them, he knows their weakness. He knows the what?
Their weaknesses.
He knows that Peter's own is anger. That he had to solve. He prayed for him all the time. People have anger, carries power. But they need to utilize it. That's where the power is. People who have anger is people who can stand, who has authority. They command authority. So it's not because that person have anger means it has a purpose. But God wants you to control it and use it for the purpose God wants him to use it. Listen, if I don't have anger, I can't be healing people. I tell you the truth. Moses has anger. That's why he can be able to heal, do miracles. Jesus has anger. But the Bible says, be angry and sin not. Use your anger for the right purpose. Now listen. You see this daddy here? Before you won't like me. When you see my anger, you won't like me. You will not even like to come close to me. I know how many times I would kill people because that's what the devil wants. Because my mother was told by prophets, your son will kill somebody and go to prison. Don't allow the devil to use what God has given you for a good purpose to destroy you. My mother never believed I would live with a woman or have children. I remember there was a time they forced me to have a woman because being the only son, the lady ran away. When he see my face 2 times, my daughter Lola, he run away. And when he get on each other, they were asking him, why are you back? He couldn't talk. Who would like to live with the devil? Because that time I only know myself. You can't see my face. But when the Spirit of God comes, you see, let me tell you why you can't see my face. And that is why I don't pity demons. Now the Spirit of God has come to me. I'm using it now against the demons. But for you, I humble myself. But for devil, I deal with. You are not listening. People royal to him. He chose 2 of them. But when he was relating to them, he didn't tell them. He didn't tell them all. He didn't tell them all. There's still a bit of suspicions. He was still suspecting them. He didn't tell them all. Use people, but don't tell them all. People that royal to you, give them something to do, but don't tell them all. Always have a reserve. And he said to them, come on, Kwesi.
Matthew 21:2. Saying to them, go into the village opposite you.
Going into the village opposite you.
And immediately you will find a donkey tied.
Immediately you find a donkey tied.
And a cord of hair.
Tell somebody, I was tied before.
I was tied before.
I don't know what you are tied with. You know, meaning of tying means suspension. You cannot do things on your own. Meaning the weather is bad. Meaning your condition is finished. Meaning nobody believes your life will be better. You are useless. That's what it means. Bondage. Spiritually, physically. Is that one? When God was telling my mother, your son is going to be a Holy Ghost minister, my mother looked at me. You say, prophet, is it this one? This one. You have children, believe them. Believe what God have told you about them. Because listen, anything that will be will first of all start from things that will never be. I tell you the truth. In everything that has been, started from nothing. Say it louder. In anything. You know, when you look at all these great men and great women, they will tell you their stories. Some of them will tell you how they started. Look at Beckham. There was a time Beckham went for audition or something. They instructed him and he cried back home. Is that true? Anybody who knows his stories? They told him he can't play. The coach told him he can, and they didn't choose him. And he cried home. But look at today. Jesus, they say he's not the king of kings. He's nobody. He's the son of carpenter. But the moment he fulfilled his mission, everybody said, if we had known, we would have not killed him. It was too late. May God give you eyes. Amen. To know things before it happens. That you may not be deceived. Amen. You see, many of us today, while we are in the trouble we are, because we actually move by sight. We look at the good things and then we pursue it, not knowing there is ugly thing there. They didn't recognize him. But later they said, if we had known, we would have not crucified the King of the glory. They called him the King that they failed to call him from beginning. Hello? God is encouraging you. His son was in that position before. God is trying to encourage you. There's a lot in you have not done. There's a lot in us that we have not accomplished. I tell you something, you can start it now. After this message, you can go home and think and say, who am I? Don't let people tell you who you are. First of all, tell yourself who you are. Don't let people tell you who you are. You should tell yourself who you are. When you tell yourself who you are, you know who you are. And when you know who you are, then you can achieve. When people want to draw you back, you kick their hand off. Because you know where you're heading to.
And a coat of hair. Lose them. And bring them to me.
Lose them and
bring them to me.
He never told people what he wanted to do with it. Now let me tell you something. As a king, he needed support. He needed horses to enter Jerusalem to be recognized. He needed a sacrifice. I couldn't help him. The Bible says, lift Jesus higher, lift Jesus higher, lift him up to the waters. Why I don't know that song? But suddenly, nobody was there to lift him up to the world to see him. He didn't, because listen to me, before, how they carry the kings is, there's something the king will enter. Come here, you come. 4 of you. Somebody else, be in the front. Be here. So, that thing is just like, what do you call it? A carriage. So the king will enter and they will carry it. Is that true? Sit down. But nobody could. You see, when you put Jesus in your shoulder, you are lifting him high. It's painful. Sacrifice is painful. When you want to carry God's name up, Jesus' name up, portrayal for Christ is painful. You are like a servant, a slave. We are servants, but not slaves. And they were running. You think it's easy. From desert to plain land to Jerusalem. But nobody came out. Nobody came out. Nobody came out. He expected people to come out. People he healed to come out. People he opened their eyes. Even his disciples to say, Master, let's carry you. You don't need donkey. Sometimes God presents to you what he wants, but we don't want to take it. We don't want to do it. But we want what we want from him. What you want from God is not the important thing that will answer your prayers. But what answers your prayers is what he wants from you. Then, when nobody showed up to lift him high, then he decided to look for an animal. I pray today, may God never replace you with animals. Amen. May he never replace you with people that are inferior, because you are not inferior. Then he said, well, I have to do something. Listen, when people don't accept you, accept yourself. When you accept yourself, one day they will accept you. Because they can't do without you. And then,
verse 3. And if anyone says anything to you,
if anyone say anything to you,
you shall say,
the
Lord has need of them.
The Lord is in need of them.
And immediately,
tell somebody, the Lord is in need of me.
The Lord is in need of me.
Now, listen, Richard, he would have not been there today. Mommy would have not been there today. Jesus found you through somebody. Jacob, you would have not been here today. All of you there, you would have not been here today. I was hearing a testimony about you. Somebody found you. Jesus found you through that young man. Is that true?
Yes.
You and your children would have not been here doing what you are doing. Somebody found you. Jesus found you through somebody. Through somebody. He said, if anyone asks you, tell him the Lord is in need of you. You know why you are here? I didn't hear you.
The Lord is in need of me.
I didn't hear you.
The Lord is in need of me.
Otherwise, he won't be here. You know why you are here? The Lord is what?
In need of you.
Thank you. If anyone asks you, is authority. So if you think you are here working for me, and you are making things not moving on, you are hurting yourself. If you are in any church and you are not doing what God says you do, you are hurting yourself, because God is in need of you. That's why He used someone to found you. Somebody found you. Am I right, my sister? Mama, somebody found you. Somebody found you. Lola, somebody found you. Your mama found you. No, that's true. Was he taking you people to church? He found you. Otherwise, in that age, you say, Mama, go to your church. I don't believe in Jesus. When somebody found you, what are you doing? It's a light. Somebody who found you gave you light. Because you were tired before. Because most of the things we are doing in the church today is things we never believed we can do. You there, you never believe you can sing. I remember the time you said, Daddy, my voice is not good. You there, you are looking back. And I say, if it's not good, go there and support them. Now I don't think you're saying it's not good anymore. When somebody found you, you need to grow up. If you don't grow up, you can't find somebody. You can't find somebody, and your gift will not be useful. The more you find somebody, the more you get mature. The more you find somebody, the more your gift grow. The more you find somebody, the more you'll be known by God.
Amen. True.
Nobody was able to take him up. When you find somebody, you take it to Jesus. You see, you are lifting his name up. It's a great sacrifice. Anything you do for God is a sacrifice, must not be stopped. Like what I told you yesterday. I said, when God is using you to pay his rentals, you should stop talking it's the same people. You should thank God it's the same you. When God is using you to do something, don't say it's only me, because he will abandon you. The Bible says, how can a pot ask a potter, why makes me dust? The Bible says, you know what God will do? He will destroy the pot and remove and make another pot. Don't let somebody take away your glory. Don't let somebody take away your birthright. You see, you know why? Do you know why Jacob stole that his brother's birthright? because he was stupid. He didn't recognize he was the head. He was selfish. He was selfish. And you can't get blessing unless you recognize a father with sacrifice. Hey, something happened there, but I want to tell you this. No prophecy come true without sacrifices. Nobody hear me. No prophecy come true without sacrifices. No. And Isaac said to Esau, Esau, my son, I love you. I want to bless you. Physical blessing and spiritual blessing. God does not bless man only physical. He blesses you spiritually and bless you what? Because when you don't have spiritual blessing and have physical blessing, your soul will not be saved. But before I bless you, I'm old, I can't see. You know, sometimes when your prayers are not answered, it seems to God is blind. He's blind, like what's his name? Isaac. But spiritually, you are the one delaying. He made him blind. He needed a sacrifice he didn't offer. But one day, a man who cannot see recognized his son's voice. Esau, is that you? Yes. I can't see you. I don't know who you look, how you look like now. God doesn't care about who you are. What he cares is about what you do.
Amen.
What he cares most is what you do. What you do is what God is after. Not what you didn't do. Before we bless you, son, I want you. I am hungry. There's something special. Something, I want a special soup. You know, God does not bless a man or somebody unless he starts to do something special for him. Nobody is listening. Are you doing something special, pastors? Are you doing something special? Now listen, if that guy gets something special and divide it into two, it's no longer special. Ask yourself a question. Are you dividing something special? One special for you, another special for God. It's killing our blessing. Do not test it, Esau. Go. You are a hunter. Now listen, God will never ask from what you do not have. Huh? God will never ask from you what you do not have or what you are not doing. He asks from what you have and what you are doing. Because he knows you. Why didn't he say to Jacob, go and make me a pepper soup? God is in need. God is in. You know, somebody say God is not in need. God is in need. What affects you affect God. What affects the ministry affect God. That is why we can't get blessing. Because we are not doing something special that God needs. And something special is a great sacrifice. And God loves great sacrifices that give pain to people. Now as a hunter, where will he get the meat? He has the gun, he has everything. But he can't just walk into the bush and kill it. You need to look for it. It's not that it's already made. Bam! and cook. No. This guy was wandering from one bush to. When you wander around because of God's purpose, He will surely provide. He obeyed. Imperative, obey. Do not speak negative when God speaks to you. When God said to you, do something for Him, do not speak negative before you do. The moment you speak negative and you do, eventually you have counterized all those blessings. If you dare give Him or go evangelism, it becomes abomination. Nobody is listening.
You are listening, sir.
Do you know that? Every time money. Every time money. God will say, okay, I will not ask you for money anymore. Every time evangelism. If you don't do, who will do it? God chooses you to do it. They don't need to complain. How many of you believe that Moses would have gone to hell? Moses, go touch the rock and give them water. And they sin against God. And Moses said, Lord, they have spoken abomination against you. And God says, there was a time He even spoke worse than them. I say, give them water. Because of the anger of what they did. God didn't judge the people, but He judged Moses. They're not listening. Hey, my sister, he made me not to do what I'm supposed to do for you. My husband made it the thing I'm supposed to do for you, I didn't do. In fact, it was in my heart. I've already planned it until I was discouraged by my wife and my husband and that sister. God, if you want to judge that sister, not me. Not me. In fact, my mind, I wanted to do it, but it's not me, but somebody discouraged me. Somebody just discouraged me. And God will tell you, you are going to hell. I don't know somebody, I know you. I don't choose somebody, I choose you. I don't trust somebody, it's you I trust. But you disappointed me. That's how God judges. Lord, somebody slapped you because of that. You slapped somebody 2 times. And God will tell you, God, you see, he slapped me, I slapped him 2 times. God will tell you, you say, you're not a Christian. Teach him love. Next time you will not slap others. Now listen. You don't understand that because God knows Lola can enjoy it, and then he used Lola as a sacrifice to save other people. Christian doesn't understand anymore. Everything we want to kill. Do you know when God knows you are a counterpoint for many, he will use you to people to offend you, because you can enjoy it. From their judgment come for all people, and others will be saved. But nowadays we say, come, why me? Why you? You are born for that, to take a pain to save others. That's a sacrifice. A sacrifice is a huge thing to pay. Not everybody God can choose for a sacrifice. Therefore, if God chooses for sacrifice, you should be thanking God, because you know why? The end is glory. The end is glory. The end is glory. Because you know why it's glory? Not everybody can go through what you go through. Not everybody. God does not choose everybody. Anybody. You know, sometimes you judge pastors, and God will tell you, go and stay there for 1 week. That pastor can't talk, he can't preach, he's a stupid man. God will tell you, okay, I made you a pastor for 1 week. Mommy and daddy, step aside, stay there for 1 week. Believe in me, before we come back, church will be empty. Because there's nonsense you can take that we are taking. Because we are born to take it. It's painful. Do you know sometimes you take the pen and God will be blowing. He give you another one. But the thing, the blow, it doesn't last long. Because he wants you to feel it. The other day God was telling me, son, I want to teach you something here. Somebody is crying on the sea that he's dying and you are a swimmer. What do you do, son, to save that life? You need to dive. Is that true? He said, son, do you dive and save the person and brought him out? When you brought that person out, wasn't you tired? I said, I'm tired. When you brought that person out, wasn't you soaked? And the person soaked. In case nobody was there and people came and meet both of you, would they know who was dying? You know why they can't know who is dying? Because both of you are wet. Because people will ask, who is actually dying? Only when you speak. Even if you speak, they will not believe you because both of you are wet. To save a soul, you must go through pain. To do something special for God, you must go through pain. You must be insulted unless you admit it. When you admit it, you should not think about what hurt you. You should think about the glory. You should think about your choosing. You should think about you're better off. Listen. God didn't choose you because you're better. He chose you because He has created you that you can take it. What awaits you is special. What awaits you is special. Otherwise, God will be using everybody. Go! And the Bible says, he went by obedience. Something happened along the line. Before he spent some minutes, God provided. Obedient to provide things quickly. But when God provided, how you use it is where the judgment is. Listen, when you obey, God provide. But when you provide, how you use it is where the judgment comes. Remember, I said, obedient will make God provide quick. But if God provide it, then that is where He will judge your heart. How you use it. He provided for the young man immediately because he obeyed. And he killed the first animal instead of him to go home and fulfill that vow. He stayed back. He wanted another meat. He was so selfish and wicked. Esau, black man, Esau, Africans, Esau. But he can be an European, and yet you are Esau. It comes from the heart. Don't you know that Esau was an African man? The Bible says two of them, one was red, another was black. A black man will tell you how bread have the thing why I eat for my belly is better than the one why I won't give you. Have I told you when you tell a black man to go and work for you, to carry rock? A black man will say, come and show me. Do you have the money for hand? Do you have the money for hand? Take me where the stone is. He goes. He pull off his clothes. Give me the money first. Because they don't trust you with money. Black man don't trust himself with money. Give me the money first. He pocket them. Instead of you to cheat him, he will cheat you anyway. Then he will leave the rock. Why? He doesn't care about tomorrow. He doesn't care about his bone broken. He doesn't care about the sickness that thing will land him to. As far as he lifts the stone, bah, and when he's going, as he's going, walking like that, he's touching his money. He's touching the money. His comfort is in that money, but he doesn't care about his head. You need wisdom to sustain your life. There's some things we do that has affected us that we do not do with wisdom. But a white man, we come say, where is it? Where is it? Can I see it? Oh, okay. He goes, he make coffee. After you have gone, he made a coffee, come back with it. He goes around. He look at it this way. Look at it this way. He will delay, but he will give you a perfect work. Should they tell you what God is telling me? An African man will carry the stone, give you another trouble. Because where he will land the stone, he will damage things. He may not like me, but this is truth. This is truth. This is truth. And you know what will happen? The white man will then take off, he put it down and start to draw things. Their head is important. No head, no prosperity. Tell somebody that. No prosperity. If you want to succeed in life, keep your head in control. So that's where life is. It's more than money. If you have a good health, you will make money. And then he would draw a plan. What do you call it? Forklift. It takes him some months. Then he comes, lays it up, easy, and drop it somewhere. And now, the time he's wasted will earn him millions of jobs. Because you as a black African man, the one you do, you can't do 2 times. You see, the job took the white guy 4 months, and you are sick for 6 months. Am I right? But in that 4 months, he produced such a machine. He has got a lot of contracts. But you got contract pending that you can't do because you have back pain. Who is losing? There's somebody who needs wisdom.
You need wisdom.
So Esau was killed another one, wasted time. And when he got back home, the mother has already spoken to the little one. The man is hungry. Why delay it? Tell somebody, God is hungry.
God is hungry.
Why delay it?
Why delay?
He trusts you.
He trusts you.
Don't let somebody take your birthright. Don't let somebody take your birthright.
Don't let somebody take your birthright.
This birthright started from when they were in the womb. And suddenly, the mother told him what to do. And he cooked it. You see, when you're hungry, you can't see. You would avert your blessing to somebody you see, even though you don't see. And Jacob took it and says, but my father will curse me. He said, no. He's hungry. Just go and give him. You know, listen. Do you know sometimes blessings that are meant for some people, God can use it and give to somebody who is not even wanted. God will not be waiting for you. And as it eat it, it's okay, my son, kneel down, I want to bless you. Sometimes a prophet want to bless you because of the little money you put for envelope. And that I will see you 3 weeks time. The contract for 1 week you will get, it has been taken away. Even if you come 3 weeks time, the man of God will take, thank you, God bless you in Jesus' name. But that blessing will not come because you have lost it 2 weeks ago. But this man told me I will get blessing. The prophet told me I will get blessing. The blessing had been shifted to somebody else because he didn't follow up the way he said he follow. He told it to come quick, and before you know, he has spent 3 weeks. You are waiting until you have double money. It should come from what you have that moment, not what you do not have. If you're waiting to have more, you will lose blessings. The Bible says, too much of anxiousness will bring you damnation. Always act with what you have. If it's beauty, use your beauty and glorify God and be happy. And when people are insulting you, you don't need to reply. They're insulting you because of your beauty. If they say you're wearing costly shoe, am I right? And they're dying for it, go and buy the bigger one. Buy bigger one. You know, you don't know. Listen, sometimes give your enemies some things to talk about. When you give enemy things to talk about, they will leave you alone. It's not when you challenge them. You see that thing they don't like, that make them jealous, do it more. You don't need to complain. If I wear shoe, he's jealous of me. No, put the book. I think he like to target your shoe. You will look and look and look today, another shoe. Another week, another shoe. Another week, hey! She got tired. So you don't need to judge them. You don't need, just be who you are. Then be happy with what God has given you to do. Use it to the glory of God. Amen. Don't let people destroy what God has given you, and it's you God will destroy it, not the people. Are you listening? Yes. And as you were about to bless him, he says, come here. Come close. Listen, you may come close to God, and yet God cannot bless you. But before God blesses a man, he expects you to come close. He said, come close that I may feel you. God cannot accept a sacrifice until you has come close to him with your heart, with your full heart. And then, if you're a deceiver, with that sacrifice, he knows. Oh, your body look like Esau, but your voice is Jacob. You see, your heart is not clean. You are offering that sacrifice for your own purpose, not for God's purpose. It happened to many Christians. That's why they are not blessed. Any sacrifice is offered for your own purpose, God will not bless you. God will not bless you. I tell you the truth. Is somebody listening? Yes. And he was blessed. Esau came back. Father said, why did you waste time? I bless your brother. God cannot bless people 2 times. The moment you offer a word, you can never withdraw the word. The none of my word will go and return it to me void. That's all. You need God's blessing. Somebody. Okay. Question. Now, and Jesus too, the same thing happened. Come, go back to that place. Go back to
and immediately he will send them.
And he sent them.
Verse 4.
Verse 4.
All this was done.
And all this was done,
that it might be fulfilled by which the prophet said.
What did he say?
Tell the daughter of Zion.
Today, do you want prophecy that will change your life?
Yes.
Okay, because Jesus, he said what the prophet said was coming true. You see, no prophecy will fulfill without sacrifice. That's something you don't do. Before God blessed Abraham, there was sacrifice. Before God blessed David, there was sacrifice. God prophesied in David's life. Don't you know that? And he said to Solomon too, tell me what you want. And Solomon says, I need nothing but wisdom, that I may rule your people. It's a great sacrifice. Sacrifice that pleases God brings multiple blessings and life. Amen. When you give God the right sacrifice, God will prophesy in your life. And look at, what was this prophecy? And God said, I thought you would have asked me for the life of your enemies or riches. And then God prophesied. Woo! No life, no prophecy, no life. And God prophesied, because you have not asked me for the life of your enemies or riches, this day you shall be richer than anybody, and you shall have knowledge. Not only knowledge, but I will give you all the riches, that after you or before you, nobody will be like you. Yeah. What do you think it is? Is it not prophecy?
Yes.
That's what we are lacking today. Because we don't like to offer sacrifice. Now, anytime God wants to add to your sacrifice, you refuse. All the seed will die. Because the seed God wants to add to it is to make you to have more seed. But we do not allow that to happen. May you have understanding.
Verse 5.
How many of you want to be blessed? Remember Friday I told you should get yourself ready. Am I right? Are you ready? Don't wait until I come to you. Because I want to prophesy in people's life. Jacob, are you ready? You? Ask for food. Remember, he didn't ask for
Food.
He didn't ask for
Food.
He asked for something spiritual. And what is that's spiritual? Water. Life. You don't understand? I'm teaching you something.
Yes.
But we will ask for bread first. The wrong pastors will ask for bread first. But what did he ask for?
Water.
He said, water. Water signifies life and God's word. He said, give me just a little water. Then it was the woman that revealed that I have nothing. I have not even water. That what I have was what? Was a flour to make a bread, and I eat with my son, and we lie down and die. Then Elijah said, okay, likewise, but if you do it, please give me a little, meaning God first. If you believe in God's word and God gave you life, and before you do anything in your life, you should remember God first. That's what I'm teaching you. Maybe you don't understand the Bible. The Bible needs interpretation. Then I see what's going. He says, the woman said, but it's not enough. He said, do as you, but bring me. What God is saying, the money is yours. Everything is yours. But before you use it, remember me first. And the woman went and did as Elijah said. Now look at, you know what happened? And he brought to Elijah. Elijah ate it finished. These people would have died because the famine continued for 3 years. They would have died. What you're holding can be what that will destroy us. Please open your heart. God is ready to bless Christians, but we are holding his hand. God does not change his word. He respects his word. If God tells you jump up once and you're jumping, you will lose it all. It's mockery. God will be angry. Though he told you to jump, but if you say, but I'm jumping, he said once. When he has ate that cake, bread as he was going, Elijah drank the water and yawned. Oh, now he's happy. An angry man is what? A hungry man is an angry man. Then now he's no longer. Then he yawned. Oh, you have toothpaste? You know, sometimes you think that prophets are not serious. They are serious. When prophets are serious, there's nothing happening. But when you think they're not serious, God is testing you. As you are. Stop. Woman, flower will never, you prophesy, flower will never end in your, already has baked the flower. Where did this flower come again from? Before you know it, the woman enter house, everywhere there was flower. Amen. We ask, what changed that woman's life? Prophecy. Why? Because she believed and paid a heavy sacrifice. If she had ignored the man of God, she would have eaten that remaining cake and died. Is that true?
Yes.
Anna. 1 Samuel chapter 2 verse 20. What prophecy can do? And then I will leave you alone. We march to Jerusalem. We are marching forward. Now, Anna, after having Samuel and he delegated Samuel, he has no other child. But the man of God prophesied because of something. How many of you believe that Anna has a lot of children after Samuel?
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes.
Pastors, am I right?
Yes.
But I want to tell you, she would not have another child if the man of God has not prophesied. And you know what that brought the children and prophecy? By the great sacrifice she offered. Keep it. Tell somebody, please, if you keep your sacrifice, okay? Say it loud. You want to prosper? Lola, you want to prosper? You trust your father, because when I prophesy, so you be number one. No, I know what I'm talking about. Now, okay, from verse 19.
1 Samuel 2:19. Moreover, his mother used to make him a little robe,
yes,
and bring to him year by year.
Year by
year.
Each year he goes as a sacrifice. But one day she went, you know what happened? They were building the temple and there was no more money. They were building what? Every year she went to see the son that she delegated to God with new clothes. But she got there one day, a man of God was sad. A man who prophesied to her by saying, listen, none of you will say, I have never benefited from the prophecy from the church. Nobody. Mercy, can you? You should start walking direct, not backward. We are you see, that's why we are not blessed. A man of God was sad. And Anna and the husband said to a man of God, today, before, anytime we come, you look agile. You know, when daddy is happy, prophecy comes anyhow. Am I right? You know, don't you see today I was javelin because I know miracle shall come. Hey, who cares? You see, and suddenly, only what we have, we call it design spirit. Design spirit to know what you are doing, pastor. That's one we have. Design spirit to know what Idoja is doing. But when Lord gives us divine spirit of what we should do for him, say, God forbid, it's not that Satan, you are a liar. Satan, go away, all power belongs to Jesus. I don't think he's God. You don't understand, as a child of God that have the spirit of God, if God loves you, he will actually speak to you and delegate to you what you should do for in your heart. It's only you like to speak it out, and then when you speak it out, people will discourage you. None of you will say that sometimes God don't speak to your heart, go and do this. But the thing is, you always do not obey. If God had done that to you before, raise your hand. That he said to me, go and do this for me. Raise your hand. You did it? Thank you. You did it. You find out in the church, people who doesn't do are people who discourages people who want to do. No, that is true. And what happened?
When he came up with her husband to offer the yearly sacrifice.
Yes. The yearly what?
Sacrifice.
You see, we don't know how to offer sacrifice. Offering one pound. Coins. See the
verse 20. And Eli will bless Elkanah and his wife.
Now, you see, when by design spirit, God said to the husband of this Anna and the wife, my son is not happy because no money to finish the temple. That's what makes prophets not to be happy. Even Jesus himself. Give him money to finish the temple. Some of them would have said, I will go back home and put it in prayer. You know that some people, you will say, God want to do this in your life, or don't do this. And he says, myself, I will go into prayer, man of God. I want God to speak to me directly. Is God speaking to you directly? Are you a prophet? If you don't believe the prophet, you cannot believe when God speaks to you. You see, let me warn you. Anytime you say God speaks to you directly, God knows you are not a prophet. Satan will make an emergency prophet. And he will come and speak to you. You think he's God. Remember Saul? Saul, who was driving away all the witch people. Eventually, when he needed prophecy, he went to a witchcraft. And Satan prophesied, and he saw a ghost of Samuel. And it's not Samuel he saw. Satan wear the garment of Samuel. Because the Bible says, unto us we die, and after then judgment, no reincarnation. Satan put on the shape of Samuel and start to imitate Samuel's voice. And you know what the devil did? Devil condemned him. He condemned him. He said, well, I told you when I'm alive, as a prophet, you didn't hear. You see, when I'm dead, you're waking me up. When I'm wrestling with my forefathers, now it's the devil wrestling with his forefathers. And that was the end of Saul. If you cannot hear those who are alive now, you see, when people rose from the dead, we hear them.
No.
God is God of the living.
Amen.
And may he live in you.
Amen.
Yes.
And say,
the
Lord give you descendant from this woman.
Now listen, why this guy when he noticed what I tend to do, will you bless man of God today and bless the work of God today? If I'm teaching you the truth, then act as people who are listening to truth. Yes? Finish it.
And Ella will bless Elkanah and his wife.
Yes.
And say,
the
Lord give descendant from this woman.
He start to prophesy. Yes.
For the loan that was given to the Lord.
I didn't hear that.
For the loan that was given to the Lord.
I didn't hear that too.
For the loan that they were given to the Lord.
What triggered this prophecy? Call a spade a spade. No. What triggered the prophecy? Because she solved the man of God's problem. And then she would have gone without a child for life, only Samuel. And you have lost Samuel for God. She would have not have any other child. And then she moved a man of God to prophesy when she removed the sadness of a man of God. Because God's sadness is our sadness. Our sadness is God. And the moment he provoked a man of God to prophesy, you shall have a descendant, you and your husband. Meaning you're going to have children.
Then they will go to their own home. 21. And the Lord visited Hannah.
I didn't hear that. Did the prophecy came true?
Yes, sir.
Why? Because of sacrifice. A great sacrifice. Then there's somebody, if you want to hold yourself, hold yourself. Listen, I'm not standing here to beg money. If you think I'm here to beg money, you will never receive anything. But I just want to teach you to God to open ways for you. Because listen, if you want to range, you need to plant orange. If you want guava, you need to plant guava. If you want a corn, you need to plant a corn. You cannot plant a corn in place of mango. I'm telling you the truth. You can never change nature at all. Can only believe in nature, act according to nature, and things will start to happen. But I pray that God may open your heart and hear these things. Amen. And believe them and act on them. Because you know why? There's many of us that are millionaires here. Some is too late and some is not too late. Because when you're supposed to act, he didn't act. But it may not be too late. You know why? Mandela never believed he would be a president, though he believes in his vision. In age of 80 or something, he became from prison
to president.
Nothing is too late as God is concerned if you repent from your heart.
So that he conceived. And bore 3 sons.
I didn't hear that.
And bore 3 sons. And 2 daughters.
Do you see what sacrifice can produce?
Yes.
3 sons
and 2 daughters.
Woo! Put your hand for Jesus.
Hallelujah.
Well, it's in your hand. If you want God to change the course, you need a prophecy. When Mama changed the course of God last week, and when I prophesied this week, it become more better. Is it not true? Go back to Matthew. Let me pray, please. Let me pray. And then I'm taking it gently because I want God to bless us. I want God to bless us. No, it's not you see, my own is to give you seed. I'm not the one to plant it. I don't know how to teach these people again. I have the seed. If you want the seed I give you, I'm not one to plant it. Is somebody listening? I have the seed. But if you take the seed, where will you plant it? That's the problem. Now, let's see what happened to Jesus here.
Matthew 21:5.
Yes.
Tell the daughter of Zion, behold, your king is coming to you.
Who is the daughters of Zion? Do you believe that the king is coming to you?
Yes.
Now you need to do something people have never done before. Jesus moved out of his comfort zone and he started to find his way. Come on, tell somebody, we all are somebody.
We all are somebody.
And I know we shall succeed.
And I know we shall succeed.
It's not too late. I don't care the way people see me.
I don't care the way people see me.
I care for the way God made me.